What do you do when the person you gave everything to treats you like just another option? Let that question sink in. You gave your time, effort, and loyalty, believing that if you proved your value, she would finally notice it. But she didn't. She took you for granted, assuming you'd always be there, waiting, available, and willing whenever she decided to acknowledge you. The worst part? You tolerated it. You accepted the bare minimum, convincing yourself that if you held on just a little longer, things might change. But deep down, you knew the truth. She never saw you as a priority. You were simply one of her options, easily replaceable and discarded. But that changes today. Today, you reclaim your power. You stop seeking validation from someone who never truly appreciated you. This isn't about revenge or proving anything to her. It's about you evolving into a man no longer swayed by her decisions. A man who understands that true power lies in emotional control. She thought you'd always be there. Someone she could string along, a safety net while she explored other options. She was wrong. The moment you detach and walk away without looking back, everything changes. Not just for her, but for you. Now, you become something unexpected. A man beyond her reach, someone who has mastered himself so thoroughly that her absence no longer affects him. That, my friend, is the ultimate shift in power. She thought she could treat you like an option. Now, she will learn what it feels like to be discarded. Not because you're playing games, not because you want to hurt her, but because you finally understand the value of your time, energy, and attention. She will feel your absence like a wound. The silence will eat at her, and the indifference will drive her mad. She will question, she will wonder, and she will regret. But by then, it won't matter. By then, you won't care, and that is the final lesson. 1. The illusion of choice. She believed she had all the time in the world. She thought no matter what she did, you would always be there, waiting, hoping, and willing to accept whatever crumbs of attention she offered. Why? Because you made yourself too available, acting as if she was the only one with options. But here's the truth. People don't value what's always available. They don't chase what they think they already own. Because you were always there, you became just another option, neither a priority nor a necessity. She was never afraid of losing you because you gave her no reason to be. That was your mistake. But now the game has changed. You are no longer waiting for her attention. You are the man who disappears, removing yourself from the equation entirely. When you do that, something powerful happens: scarcity. When something becomes scarce, it gains value. When she realizes you are no longer an option, she'll feel that void. She'll wonder if she made a mistake. But by then, it'll be too late. You will have moved on, focused on your growth, discipline, and evolution. She made her choice, and now she'll have to live with it. 2. Emotional detachment, the ultimate power. The moment you stop caring, everything changes. When you stop reacting, stop chasing, and stop seeking approval, the power dynamic shifts entirely. Control belongs to the one who needs the other the least. She once held power over you because you were emotionally invested, because your happiness depended on her attention. But that version of you is gone. The moment you detach, you become unpredictable, and unpredictability breeds attraction, curiosity, and most importantly, regret. Emotional detachment doesn't mean shutting yourself off. It means mastering yourself so fully that no external force can disturb your inner peace. When you stop reacting, stop arguing, and stop proving yourself, she will notice. The energy she once dismissed is no longer directed at her, and the silence is deafening. She'll wonder why you haven't called or reached out. And in that uncertainty, she'll feel something unexpected: doubt. Doubt in her decision, doubt in her control over the situation. 3. Silence speaks louder than words. She expects you to react, to get angry, send desperate texts, or offer long-winded explanations. But a man who knows his worth does something different. He goes silent. No arguments, no last words, just complete silence. And that silence is the loudest statement you can make. Silence creates uncertainty. When you stop chasing, explaining, or trying to make her understand, she is left with a void where your presence and validation used to be. That void will haunt her, She will start questioning herself, wondering if she made the right choice. She expects you to crack, to reach out, but when you don't, she will feel powerless. 4. Rebuilding become unrecognizable. Now that she's gone, you have two choices. Dwell in the past, questioning what went wrong, or use this experience as fuel for growth. The best response isn't revenge. It's reinvention. Don't waste time hoping she reaches out. Focus on your growth, discipline, and evolution. Hit the gym, develop your mind, sharpen your finances, and master your emotions. When you start moving forward without her, she will notice. The man she thought she could discard will become someone she no longer recognizes. A man who has outgrown the past and moved beyond her reach. 5. The art of indifference. She expects you to care, to be affected by her actions, but what she doesn't expect is true indifference. Not fake detachment, true indifference. When you respond with nothing, she'll be shaken to her core. Indifference shows that nothing outside of yourself controls your emotions. When you master indifference, you stop reacting to her posts, her attempts to get a response. And that's the ultimate power. It shows you are complete with or without her, and that energy is magnetic. Remain completely unaffected because the moment she sees that you are unfazed, it hits her. She no longer has control over you. But this isn't about her. It never was. This is about gaining mastery over yourself so deeply that nothing can disturb you. It's about developing such a strong mindset that no person, rejection, or loss can break you. The truth is, a man who controls his emotions controls everything. Like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment. I am in control. #####6. When she realizes the change. When she first notices the shift, she won't think much of it. She'll assume you're still the same, lingering in the background, waiting for the perfect moment to reach out. She might even expect you to break and send a message or react to one of her posts. But days turn into weeks' silence. No texts, no desperate attempts, no signs of the man who once craved her attention. That's when she starts to feel it. Women are intuitive. They sense when a man's energy shifts. And now, she's starting to notice something different about you. You're no longer waiting, no longer checking in, no longer seeking her validation. And this time, it's not a performance, it's real. She feels the void left by your absence. And for the first time, it unsettles her. First, she tries to brush it off. She convinces herself that you're still thinking about her. But then the doubt creeps in. What if she was wrong? What if you truly don't care anymore? What if you've moved on to someone or something better? This is when regret starts to take root. Not because she lost you, but because she thought she could always have you as an option. She believed she could return whenever she wanted. But now, she's unsure. Here's where most men stumble. They respond too soon. The moment she baits them. How have you been? Text, a reaction to your story, or a like on your post. They rush back, eager to prove they're still available. But not you. You've learned better. You understand that the second you respond, she wins. She gets confirmation that she still holds space in your mind. But when she reaches out and receives nothing in return, when her attempts to get your attention are met with silence, that's when the panic sets in. She starts to question her decision because now you're the one she can't have. True power lies in not playing games or trying to make her jealous, but in focusing so deeply on your own journey that she no longer has access to your world. When she realizes that, she'll regret ever taking you for granted. ####7. The return test. Will you pass? It always happens when a man detaches for real, when he stops chasing and instead focuses on becoming the best version of himself. That's when she returns. Maybe it's a casual, "Hey, how've you been?" text, a like on social media, or a sudden interest in your life. Or maybe she doesn't say anything. She just watches from a distance, waiting to see if you'll break first. But don't be fooled, this is a test. She doesn't miss you, not yet. What she misses is the control she had, the assurance that you were always an option. Now that option is gone, and she wants to know if she can still reel you in emotionally. This is where many men fail. They mistake her small gestures for regret, thinking she wants them back, and they leap at the opportunity. And just like that, they fall back into the trap. She gets the response she was hoping for, confirmation that she still matters to you. The mystery dissolves, the regret fades, and once again, the power shifts back to her. But you know better now. You recognize the test for what it is, and you do what few men have the discipline to do: you pass. You don't react, don't acknowledge, and don't give her the satisfaction of knowing she still affects you. Because the truth is, you've outgrown her, and you're no longer playing the game. This isn't about getting her back. It's about proving to yourself that you no longer need her validation. #8. The shift in power. She feels what you once did. Now the tables have turned. The uncertainty, the doubt, the emptiness that you once felt, she's starting to feel it. But unlike you, she's realizing it when it's too late. When you were going through it, you were still hoping, still believing that if you could just prove yourself, she would realize what she had lost. But now everything has changed. You've come to understand something she never expected. You were never the one who lost. For the first time, she's questioning her choices. She replays old conversations, remembering how you cared, realizing you were rare, valuable, and real. And now you're gone. She won't admit it outright, but she feels it, because when she took you for granted, she didn't expect that you would truly move on. She assumed you would always be there, waiting in the wings. But now, she's faced with a version of you that no longer revolves around her. A version that has outgrown her completely. And that's when the shift in power becomes real. She never truly respected the man who chased her, but now the man who walked away. That's the man who haunts her thoughts. But here's the final lesson. You don't go back. You don't entertain her attempts to revisit the past, because the past is dead. And so is the version of you who once wanted her. She must live with that loss now.